The unexpected momentum Mother's Day, like no other, it was Mother's Day, a day like any other, or so I thought. The sun was warm, the morning quiet, and the world outside moved in its usual rhythm. I expected smiles, a few hugs, maybe a breakfast prepared with love, but nothing that would shake me. And then, in the middle of that ordinary day, my daughter handed me a card. Simple, small, almost insignificant at first glance. But there was a weight to it, a quiet presence that made me pause. The kind of pause that makes you stop and notice life, the kind that pulls your attention to what truly matters. That moment, so brief, changed everything. Suddenly, a small piece of paper held more power than anything I had expected all day. It reminded me that life doesn't always hit you with grand events. Sometimes it whispers in subtle ways, waiting for you to listen to the power of a small gesture at first. I thought it was just a card, just words scribbled on paper. But as I read, I realized the depth behind those lines. A few words, carefully chosen, carried a message louder than any speech or lesson I had ever encountered. That card became a mirror, reflecting not only my life, but the impact we have on others every single day. It reminded me that small gestures, small actions, even brief words, carry immense power. They can uplift, heal, or inspire. And often we overlook them, thinking only big dramatic actions matter. But the truth is, it's the small gestures, the unexpected smiles, the thoughtful notes, the quiet kindness that leave the deepest mark. That card showed me that life's most profound lessons are hidden in simple acts of care and love. Questions that shake your perspective have. You ever receive something that made you stop and question everything you thought you knew? Something so small, yet it reached so deep inside that it changed the way you see the world. That card did that to me. It made me think, how often do we ignore the little things? How often do we underestimate the power of what seems tiny or insignificant? Have you ever realized that a single word, a brief moment, or a small gesture can have the power to transform someone's heart or even your own? These questions aren't meant to make you feel guilty. They are meant to open your eyes, to challenge the way you see influence, connection, and meaning in everyday life. Because sometimes the smallest things carry the heaviest weight, and the moments we ignore might be the ones that matter most. Setting the theme, lessons from the unexpected, that card didn't just deliver words, it delivered a lesson, a mirror, and a message that I needed more than I realized. It reminded me that life teaches in unexpected ways. Children, strangers, moments we overlook, they all have something to teach us if we take the time to listen. Today, we're going to explore those lessons, the wisdom hidden in simplicity, the power of small gestures, the moments that catch us off guard and force us to see life differently. We'll look at how gratitude, presence, and awareness can transform not only how we live, but how we impact the lives of others. And by the end of this journey, I want you to understand one thing. Inspiration doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it slips into your hands quietly, like a small card on Mother's Day, and changes your life forever. The power of small gestures when a tiny card speaks louder than words. That small card in my hand wasn't just paper, it was a message, a spark, a reminder of what truly matters. At first glance, it looked ordinary, something any child might hand over on a special day. But as I held it, I realized it carried weight far beyond its size. Sometimes the simplest things speak the loudest. A few words written with care can reach deeper than hours of talking, more than grand gestures or public praise ever could. That card reminded me that life's most meaningful moments often come quietly. It made me pause, made me feel, and made me think. It told me that attention, care, and thoughtfulness, small things we might take for granted, can change hearts. And the best part? These small gestures are available to all of us every day. A smile, a note, a kind word. These are the acts that echo in ways we may never fully see. Yet their impact is undeniable. Big gestures versus small, thoughtful actions. We live in a world that celebrates big moments. We look for grand gestures, major achievements, and visible proof of success. But what about the small, thoughtful actions? A simple thank you, a quiet check-in, or a handwritten note can mean more than the loudest, most dramatic display of effort. In parenting, noticing your child's struggle and offering support quietly can change their confidence forever. In friendships, listening when no one else will is more powerful than throwing a party or making a show of generosity. In mentorship, a single word of encouragement can redirect a life more than months of structured advice. Big gestures are impressive, yes, but they are fleeting. Small gestures build connections, trust, and love that last. They ripple through lives silently, planting seeds that bloom later, often when you least expect it. Life rewards consistency in these small acts more than occasional grand moments. The quiet power of thoughtfulness shapes who we are and how others remember us. The seeds we plant with words. Words are not just sounds. They are seeds. What you say, how you say it, and when you choose to speak can grow into forests of influence or wither without care. A kind word can inspire courage. A thoughtful compliment can build confidence. And even a small gesture of love can ripple through generations. The card my daughter handed me was a seed planted in the fertile ground of my attention and heart. As I read it, those words took root, stirring reflection and growth. Think about your life. What seeds are you planting? Every conversation, every note, every choice to speak or stay silent is a chance to influence, to nurture, and to transform. Small words have the power to ignite change, not just in others, but in yourself. And the more intentional you are, the greater the harvest. This is the quiet, invisible work that shapes lives. Do you underestimate the small things? Do you realize how often we overlook the little things? How many times have you dismissed a simple gesture, thinking it didn't matter? Small things matter. Small gestures change lives. Small words can ignite hearts. Ask yourself, have you been blind to the power you hold in everyday actions? Have you assumed only grand acts can make a difference? The truth is the opposite. Every small act of care, every brief moment of attention, every word spoken with purpose carries weight. And yet, too often, we wait for the dramatic, the extraordinary, the visible proof. Don't wait. Don't ignore. Notice the small things. Engage with them. Celebrate them. Because these tiny moments are where life's real lessons hide, where influence quietly grows, and where change begins, sometimes in ways we will never fully see, but always in ways that matter. Lessons hidden in unexpected places. A lesson from the smallest hand. The moment my daughter handed me that card, I didn't know I was about to learn something profound. A tiny hand, a simple gesture, and yet it carried more meaning than anything I expected that day. I read the words slowly, letting them sink in, feeling the depth behind her innocence. It was a quiet awakening, a reminder that life teaches in unexpected ways. Sometimes the smallest people, the most ordinary moments, deliver the lessons we need most. A child's question, a stranger's kindness, or a moment of stillness can teach more than a seminar, a book, or years of struggle. The surprise of insight, when it comes quietly and unexpectedly, leaves a mark that loud lessons rarely do. That card reminded me to be open, to notice, and to listen, because wisdom often comes wrapped in simplicity. Finding wisdom in unlikely places, we search for wisdom in books, lectures, and experiences that seem grand. Yet sometimes the answers are in the everyday, hidden in plain sight. That card reminded me of that truth. Picture yourself holding it, reading the words of someone so small, yet feeling your heart stir, your thoughts shift, your perspective change. Life is full of lessons we overlook because they don't come packaged in obvious ways. A quiet moment, a subtle gesture, a simple smile, these hold teachings that matter deeply. If we only look for extraordinary signs, we miss the small, consistent lessons that shape our character and influence the world around us. Open your eyes, listen, notice. The lessons you seek might be in the places you least expect. Waiting for you to recognize them. Humility, gratitude, and presence. The card reminded me of 3 things we often forget: humility, gratitude, and presence. Humility to accept that even the smallest voices can teach us something. Gratitude to appreciate the care, thought, and love embedded in every gesture. Presence to truly see and engage with the moment before it passes. How often do we miss these lessons? How often do we let days slip by without noticing what's right in front of us? Pause, look, reflect. Where are you missing lessons in your life? Life is generous with its wisdom, but only to those who pay attention. The act of noticing, the willingness to learn, and the choice to be grateful transforms ordinary experiences into extraordinary insights. The power of seeing differently. Life's wisdom often wears the smallest package. That card, a simple object, became a window into a larger truth. Perception shapes reality. When we choose to see with awareness, gratitude, and curiosity, ordinary moments reveal extraordinary lessons. A smile, a word, a gesture, these are not trivial. They are opportunities to grow, to connect, to change. Seeing differently means embracing subtlety, finding meaning in simplicity, and recognizing that influence and learning come from unexpected sources. It challenges us to remain open, to observe, and to act on insights we might otherwise ignore. By training ourselves to notice the small miracles around us, we expand our understanding, deepen our relationships, and live with intention. The card taught me that even the smallest moment carries the potential to shift everything. The ripple effect of love and appreciation, gratitude, that transforms minds and hearts. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a force. When we receive appreciation, recognition, or love, it changes us. Our energy shifts, our focus sharpens. We begin to see possibilities instead of limitations. That card, simple as it was, stirred gratitude in me that rippled through my thoughts and actions. It reminded me how noticing, acknowledging, and valuing others transforms the giver as much as the receiver. Gratitude reshapes our mindset, encourages patience, and strengthens connections. It teaches us that the little acts, when noticed, have immense power. When we appreciate, we ignite hope, positivity, and motivation, not only in others, but in ourselves. The smallest expressions of care can change moods, relationships, and even the trajectory of someone's day or life. Gratitude is a ripple that travels far beyond its origin. The chain reaction of small acts. One act of kindness often sparks another. A smile, a note, a helping hand, these are seeds that grow into movements. That card reminded me that every act, no matter how small, has the potential to ripple outward. In parenting, a moment of patience teaches respect and love. In mentorship, a word of encouragement inspires confidence and persistence. In teamwork, recognition fosters trust and collaboration. Think about the people who influenced you, the lessons they taught, the encouragement they offered. Many of those moments were quiet, unnoticed by the world, yet they shaped who you are. Kindness and love spread, quietly but powerfully. Every choice to care, every decision to act with intention adds to the ripple, touching lives in ways we may never fully understand. Don't ignore the power of appreciation too often. We take small acts for granted. We forget to say thank you. We fail to notice when someone shows care. Ignoring these moments is not harmless. that diminishes connection, trust, and opportunity. Ask yourself, when was the last time you truly acknowledged someone's effort or expressed gratitude for what seemed ordinary? Appreciation is not optional. It is transformative. The card reminded me that failing to notice is missing the chance to inspire, to uplift, to strengthen bonds. By expressing gratitude, you multiply the effect of every small act. By remaining silent, you let its power fade. The choice is yours, to recognize, to engage, and to amplify love, or to let it slip away. Small gestures are powerful, but only when we honor them. A pebble in the pond, how your actions echo imagine a pebble dropped into a still pond. The ripples spread, widening, reaching the farthest edges, touching everything in their path. That's the power of small, intentional actions. A card, a word, a smile, they ripple outward, often in ways we never see. Gratitude, love, and thoughtfulness are like that pebble. They touch hearts, inspire change, and shift perspectives, sometimes decades later. The card my daughter gave me was more than words. It was a ripple, a reminder that even the smallest acts matter. Every gesture, however quiet, carries influence. The question is, will you let your actions ripple, or will you leave them still and unnoticed? Recognize the power of the little things, and watch how they transform your life and the lives of those around you. Reflection on parenting and responsibility, rethinking priorities. Through a child's eyes, that simple card made me stop and rethink everything I was prioritizing. I realized how often I rushed through life, focusing on tasks, deadlines, and distractions, while missing the moments that truly matter. Reading those words from my daughter, I felt a gentle nudge to slow down, to be present, and to pay attention to the small but meaningful things. Her perspective reminded me that patience isn't a weakness, it's a gift. Presence isn't optional, it's essential. We spend so much time worrying about what's next that we forget the now. Through a child's eyes, even the simplest act of care or attention is monumental. That card was more than words. It was a mirror, reflecting how I could improve, how I could focus on what truly counts. It made me see that love, patience, and attention are not just nice-to-haves. They are the foundation of every meaningful relationship. The weight of responsibility in everyday moments, every moment carries weight, whether we notice it or not. Each choice we make, each word we speak, each action we take influences those around us, often more than we realize. That card reminded me that responsibility isn't about grand gestures, it's about the small, consistent acts of care that shape lives. Parenting, mentoring, friendships, even casual encounters, everything matters. The influence we have is constant, whether we intend it or not. This realization reshaped how I approach life. Influence is not a role to step into occasionally. It is a responsibility we carry in every interaction. Role modeling isn't about perfection. It's about showing consistent thoughtfulness, patience, and awareness. Living intentionally means noticing the small moments and taking responsibility for them. That card reminded me that life is made up of tiny decisions, each one leaving an impression on someone else. The true measure of responsibility is in the small choices we make every day. Learning from unexpected teachers, we often look for wisdom in formal settings, books, lectures, or mentors with big reputations. Yet sometimes the most profound lessons come from quiet, unexpected places. That small card became my teacher, showing me insight I hadn't anticipated. Life is full of these silent teachers, children, strangers, fleeting moments, even failure. They speak softly, but if we listen, the lessons are clear. What we often dismiss as ordinary may contain extraordinary insight. The card challenged me to pay attention, to notice subtleties, to learn without waiting for a grand announcement. Ask yourself, What are you teaching without even realizing it? Every interaction, every word, every moment of presence carries meaning. We may not see the immediate effect, but the influence is there, shaping behaviors, emotions, and perspectives. Learning from unexpected teachers requires humility, patience, and openness. It is in these quiet, overlooked moments that the most lasting lessons reside. Footprints on the heart. The power of small actions. Every action leaves a mark. Every gesture leaves a footprint on the heart of someone else. That card was a small gesture, yet its impact was profound. Think about the people in your life, the words you speak, the patience you show, the moments you give of your time. They leave imprints, sometimes long after the moment has passed. Small actions accumulate, shaping character, trust, and connection. You may never see the full effect, but that doesn't make it any less significant. Life is built from these tiny decisions, these deliberate acts of care. The challenge is to recognize their importance and act with intention. Each small, thoughtful gesture contributes to a legacy of kindness and influence. Every interaction is an opportunity to leave a positive mark. Never underestimate the power of what seems minor. Sometimes the quietest actions carry the loudest echoes in the hearts of others. Overcoming complacency and recognizing opportunities, seizing the chances life offers. Opportunities are often disguised as ordinary moments. That Mother's Day card reminded me of the chance we all have to act in small but meaningful ways. Each day presents opportunities to show love, to guide, to care, and to influence positively. The challenge is noticing them. If we overlook these chances, thinking they are insignificant, we miss the chance to create change. Every gesture, every kind word, every moment of attention is an opportunity to impact someone's life. Life doesn't always provide grand chances. It often delivers subtle invitations. Recognizing these moments requires awareness and intentionality. When we seize them, we set off a ripple that reaches far beyond our imagination. Action versus inaction. Don't let life pass you by. Too many people wait for the perfect moment, believing the opportunity will announce itself. Meanwhile, life keeps moving. Ignoring small chances leads to regret, missed growth, and lost connections. Ask yourself, how many chances have you let slip because you thought they were too small? Every inaction has a cost. Every hesitation leaves impact unclaimed. Acting, even in small ways, sets the wheels of change in motion. It is not the grand gestures alone that define our lives, but the choices to engage, to act, to be present in each moment. When we embrace action over passivity, we reclaim control over our experiences, relationships, and personal growth. The card reminded me that waiting, pausing, or assuming someone else will act only lets life pass unnoticed. Don't wait, don't pause, don't assume. Small moments demand immediate attention. Don't wait, don't pause. Don't assume someone else will act. Life rarely waits for preparation. Opportunities pass in seconds, unnoticed unless we are present and willing to respond. That card taught me that even the smallest gestures, like acknowledging someone, offering encouragement, or showing care, matter greatly. Delay diminishes their impact. Repetition is not accidental. Don't wait, don't pause, don't assume. These words are a call to action. Seize each chance, however small, to make a difference. Let these moments guide your decisions, your interactions, and your relationships. The world rewards those who act intentionally, even quietly. In everyday moments, sunrise opportunities, the cost of sleeping through. Life opportunities are like sunrise. They pass if you sleep through them. Life doesn't announce every chance with fanfare. It arrives quietly, subtly, waiting for us to notice. That small card reminded me to watch for these moments, to act with awareness, and to embrace the chance to influence, guide, and uplift. Ignoring the quiet openings in life leaves them wasted. Every day offers a new sunrise of opportunity, but only those who are present and aware can take advantage. When we act, we create ripple effects that extend beyond ourselves. Sleeping through life through hesitation, fear, or distraction comes at a cost. The small moments we embrace shape the experiences, relationships, and legacies we leave behind. The card was a reminder to rise, notice, and respond to life's subtle invitations. The transformative power of perspective, small moments. Big Shifts life is built on small moments that quietly shape who we are. That Mother's Day card illustrated this perfectly. A few simple words caused reflection, changed perception, and prompted action. Subtle experiences noticed, understood, and applied can transform mindsets and create lasting change. Everyday challenges, small successes, and even failures offer perspective if we are willing to see them. A glance of gratitude, a short conversation, a gentle lesson, these minor events accumulate, reshaping outlook, priorities, and responses. Perspective grows in these small spaces. Awareness of the subtle allows us to shift from reaction to intention, from distraction to focus, from passivity to action. Seeing life differently, burden or lesson. Life can feel heavy, repetitive, or burdensome, but only if we choose to see it that way. That card reminded me that perspective is everything. The same event can be a trial or a lesson, a setback or an opportunity. How would your life change if you noticed the small miracles around you instead of waiting for grand gestures or dramatic events? Small shifts in perspective turn challenges into learning, frustration into motivation, and monotony into purpose. The choice is ours. By seeing differently, we unlock the potential hidden in everyday experiences. Each moment carries wisdom if we are willing to recognize it. Change your view. Change your life. Repetition is a tool for focus. Change your view, change your life. Perspective shapes everything: decisions, relationships, and opportunities. Adjusting how we see events, people, and ourselves allows us to act differently, respond differently, and live more intentionally. That small card altered my view for the better, showing me that even brief gestures matter, that attention to detail is powerful, and that awareness transforms ordinary life into meaningful experience. Changing perspective is not a single act. It is a choice repeated daily, in every interaction, in every observation. By choosing to see the good, the lesson, and the potential in each moment, we change the way life unfolds before us. Life as a painting. Every stroke matters. Life is like a painting, and every stroke counts. Every action, thought, and gesture adds color, texture, and depth to the overall picture. That card reminded me that even the smallest strokes leave impact. Ordinary people, through small, intentional actions, create extraordinary results. A kind word, a moment of attention, or an act of care can ripple across relationships and experiences, shaping life in unseen ways. By noticing, reflecting, and acting thoughtfully, we paint lives filled with meaning, connection, and purpose. Perspective allows us to see the beauty in subtlety, the value in quiet acts, and the power in small gestures. Every stroke matters. Every choice matters. And when we act with awareness, the picture of life becomes richer, brighter, and more inspiring, not just for us, but for everyone around us. Call to action. Live intentionally. Start today. Make every gesture count. Don't wait for a holiday, a special occasion, or a dramatic moment. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Each word you speak, each action you take, each moment of attention matters more than you realize. That small card reminded me that even the simplest gestures have immense power. A note, a smile, a kind word, they all leave an imprint. The question is not whether they matter, but whether you are willing to act. You don't need a grand stage to make a difference. You need presence, awareness, and intention. Every moment is an opportunity to influence, to care, to connect. Small actions, repeated consistently, create change that is quiet yet unstoppable. Don't delay. Don't wait for life to hand you a sign. Start now. Engage fully. Make every gesture meaningful. Every action is a chance to shape your world and the lives of those around you. The power is in your hands in this moment, and it begins with small, intentional acts. Engage fully or let life pass by. Life will not stop for your hesitation. It keeps moving whether you participate or not. Ignore it and it slips past, leaving only regret. Engage fully and it transforms you. That small card taught me that life's lessons and opportunities are everywhere, waiting to be noticed. Every conversation, every moment of connection, every simple act of care holds potential. Being present doesn't mean grand gestures, it means awareness, intentionality, and follow through. Choose to see, to act, to respond, and you will find life becomes richer, fuller, and more rewarding. Choose to ignore, and days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and the moments pass unnoticed. Life is a gift, and its value is determined by how fully you embrace it. The moments you take seriously, no matter how small, shape your experience, your growth, and your impact. Engage, participate, notice, act. If you let life pass while waiting for something big, you will miss the countless opportunities hiding in plain sight. Remember the lessons. Small gestures, big impact. Small gestures, unexpected lessons, gratitude, perspective, action. These are the truths the card revealed, and they are truths you can carry into every day of your life. A single note can awaken reflection. A simple word can spark growth. The smallest act can ripple outward, touching lives you may never see. Remember the lessons we explored, noticing the unseen, appreciating the overlooked, learning from quiet teachers, and acting with intention. Life is built not from the dramatic, but from the deliberate, consistent choices we make in everyday moments. Each small gesture compounds, shaping connections, shifting perspective, and inspiring change. Never underestimate the power of attentiveness and care. What seems minor today may transform tomorrow. Keep these lessons close. Let them guide your choices. Allow them to inspire courage, empathy, and presence in everything you do. Small gestures matter. Every moment counts. And every action you take today is a step toward creating the life and the influence you desire. Life is written in courageous acts. Life is written not in grand events, but in the small, courageous acts you take every day. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers in quiet choices, in moments when you act despite fear, discomfort, or hesitation. That card reminded me that bravery is often gentle, showing appreciation when it's inconvenient, offering patience when you're tired, noticing someone when no one else does. These small acts create ripples far larger than we imagine. Will you wait for the perfect moment, or will you act now? Will you let opportunity pass, or seize it with awareness and intention? Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action in spite of it. Every small gesture of care, every intentional act, every moment of presence is a stroke in the painting of your life. The question is not whether you have influence, you do. The question is whether you are willing to exercise it today in the small moments, with courage and purpose, emotional resonance and inspiration, the lasting power of a child's words. That small card, so simple in its form, left a mark that lasted far beyond Mother's Day. Its words held wisdom I hadn't anticipated, reminding me that influence can come from the smallest hands, the quietest voices, and the briefest gestures. It taught me that life's lessons often arrive wrapped in subtlety, in moments we might overlook, and people we might underestimate. A child's words can awaken the heart of an adult, shift perspective, and inspire action. That card wasn't just paper, it was a mirror, a teacher, and a call to presence. Its impact lingered, urging me to notice, to act, and to embrace the power of small gestures every day. The echo of small gestures, the smallest gestures, can echo through a lifetime. A smile, a word of encouragement, a simple act of care, they reach further than we realize. That card reminded me that every action matters, and that love, attention, and intention spread quietly but powerfully. The ripples travel beyond the moment, affecting hearts, shaping perspectives, and inspiring others to do the same. Even when unnoticed, these acts of care create impact. What you do today may influence someone tomorrow in ways you cannot measure. Small gestures accumulate, connecting us, inspiring growth, and shaping lives. The echoes of these actions remind us that nothing in life is too small to matter. And every act of love leaves an imprint. Notice, appreciate, love. Live, notice, appreciate, love, live. These 4 actions hold the power to transform life, both yours and those around you. Notice the moments others give you. Appreciate the efforts they make, no matter how small. Love intentionally, without reservation. Live fully, embracing presence and awareness. That card reminded me of the importance of these principles in everyday life. They are not abstract ideas. They are tools, practices, and choices. When you make attention and intention your guide, life becomes more meaningful, relationships deepen, and your impact expands. These simple acts shape the world quietly but profoundly. Every day presents the chance to practice them, to build a life of connection, purpose, and fulfillment. A memorable call to action. If a card from a child can change me, imagine what your actions can do. Imagine the lives you can touch, the perspectives you can shift, the growth you can inspire. Life is waiting for your participation. Each moment offers the chance to act with care, attention, and courage. Don't wait for a special occasion. Don't underestimate the power of a small gesture. Every word, every action, every moment of presence matters. Your influence begins now in the simple, deliberate choices you make. Will you let life pass quietly, or will you act with awareness and purpose? The choice is yours. Start today. Notice, appreciate, love, live. That is the power of intentional action, and that is how a life of meaning is written.